Well, good afternoon, Yag. And my testimony, I grew up in a Christian home and grew up in a church-going family, and I'm sure that I received, plenty of good Bible teaching and heard the gospel from a young age. But I think by the time I was 12 or 13, I knew that I didn't really believe it. I knew why it was important for other people, but I just did not have faith of my own. And I think that there were just some different circumstances in my life that, even by that young age, had kind of hardened my heart towards other people. I had been picked on a lot as a kid, and so I think that just my heart was really closed off from God or from whoever else, and I really looked at relationships as just purely like, how can I get what I want from other people, and just didn't really care about anybody else at all, really. And so I think by the time I was 17, 18, like outwardly my life looked good, right? I didn't do any of the things you weren't supposed to do, went to a Christian school, went to youth group, all these different things. But inside, I was rotten, I was dead, and hateful and prideful and all those different things. And so the way that the Lord intervened and kind of came into my life was I was on a mission trip to Canada when I was 18, the summer I turned 18, and so really had this like very powerful experience in a prayer meeting. It's just kind of hard to describe, but I think that more or less the Lord just made himself known, right? And so it wasn't something that I found out that was new, but I think that just encountering the reality of God in that moment and realizing that all the stories that I'd heard about him were true and all those different things, and knowing in that moment, I didn't really pray, but it was more just a reaction of like knowing that Jesus really was the Lord, and that he was worth my life. He was worth, whatever he asked me, that I would go wherever he sent me and do whatever he told me to do. And I think really from that moment, in July of 2008, there was just a night and day. I mean, obviously not, I didn't immediately become a perfect person, but there was just a huge shift in, I think, really just my heart. I think the Lord healed my heart and opened it up so that I was able to love him and to begin to love myself and begin to really love and care for other people. And I think that even now, the Lord has done a lot in these last 12 years or 11 years, however long it's been in me. And I think that a major fruit of that is calling me to be a pastor, which involves a lot of loving people and trying to bear their burdens and caring for them. And obviously, I fail in that in different ways and still have a lot to learn and a long way to go, as you all know. But I think that, yeah, I can just look back and see Jesus' grace and his patience and the Holy Spirit's power in, kind of starting from that night, that prayer meeting in 2008, and leading me to where I am now. I just continue to trust and love and increase in compassion.